need my dogs to be quiet, so they need to look out for your boy one time. Yeah. What up, good people? Welcome to another episode of the 710 The Slickville Show. I am your host, Jay Brown, a.k.a. Mr. 710, and we are glad that you are joining us once again. Glad we helping y'all get y'all Monday started off good, so we thank you for listening on iHeartRadio, also Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you choose to listen. We thank you. Yo, I got a jam-packed show for y'all today. I'm gonna get this in because my squad is playing this evening. So we're gonna go ahead and get this in for you guys. So on tonight's show, we're gonna do since last week. Of course, we also gonna talk about some code switching. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into some drinking tales. And you know what? Before we get on up out of here, we're gonna talk about some phone freedom and some holiday prep. But yeah, we're gonna get it all in today. It's gonna be one of those shows. So put your seatbelts on, get your popcorn ready. We getting this thing going. Let's go. And so listen, look. Since last week, I feel like I potentially hated on the kid, but it was with good intention. Not the hate part, but the results of the hate. And so I'm at the bowling alley. I just got done getting some practice in, right? And I see this kid getting some candy out of this machine, out of one of those machines where you stick the quarter down in the slot, turn it, and some of that little stale candy come out. Well, yeah, he did that. Except when he got ready to put his hand up under there, he lifted the thing up too quick. All his little red hots went on the floor. Boom, boom, boom. And I felt bad for him. And I watched him pick them up. He picked them up one by one, put them in his hand. And instead of throwing them away, he took them back over to where his dad was bowling. Now he looked at me, I looked at him, we made eye contact. We both knew what happened. We both knew that food, that candy had fallen on the floor. But he looked at me, I looked at him. I ain't say nothing. I let him keep going. And I carry around a bag full of quarters. I'm an old dude now. And this is kind of what we do. I mean, but my brother and I, we bowl for quarters. And so I grabbed one of those quarters. I called myself doing a good thing. But it was going to be weird if I gave the little boy a quarter. And so I gave his dad. I was like, hey, Dad, you know, your son, I saw him get some candy out the machine, and he dropped some. I don't know if he threw them away, but I wanted to make sure that he was still able to get them. So when he get it this time, he know to be more careful. And his dad looked at him, and Buddy was chewing. He was chewing. It was so bad, man. Like his dad got pissed off. His dad got pissed off and snatched him up. What are you talking about? Whoa. Snatched him up by the collar. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold up, cuz. Like that wasn't what I was trying to make happen. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this was not supposed to get him in trouble. I just wanted him to get some more red hots and learn, not make that same mistake again. Didn't work. Dude got in trouble, and I don't think he went or was able to go get some more candy. So all his little candy fell on the floor. He tried to eat one. Well, he probably was eating something that fell on the floor and then got in trouble for it. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I was trying to do a good thing. But I think I'd rather him get in trouble I think I'd rather him get in trouble than eat candy off the floor. But that's what kids do. Like, kids will drop something and be like, hey, look around. If you ain't looking, and then go throw and eat it. Did I used to do that? Depending on what it was, if I'm being honest. But look, hey, this is the best time of the year for all sports fans. The NBA season started. NFL is in full swing. The Baseball World Series just got set. And for all the sports hating women, this is the worst time of year. But I love it. You know, you get UFC, college football, college basketball about to start. All of it could be happening all on the same day. NBA as well. And man, like I said, I'm it's a good day for me. Like this weekend, I had too much to watch. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch one of these football games, or this UFC was going on in the middle of the day, which was some good high level combat that was going on. You know, I don't know why I find it interesting or entertaining to watch people do stuff that I wouldn't do. Like, I enjoy watching boxing. I enjoy watching the UFC. But if you was like, Jay, go ahead and get in there and fight this dude, I think you're not going to be able to do it. Not going to be able to do it at all. At all. No. I've seen people get kicked upside the head. I've seen people get choked out. I've seen people get knocked down to the ground and get their face beat on. It's not going to be me. I know that about myself. And, you know, one of the things I meant to talk to y'all about is because I talk to y'all on a weekly basis for the most part, and I'm pretty transparent about who I am and the things that I do. And, you know, for me, I take pride in the level of introspection, you know, the introspective thought process that I go through in order to bring you guys, you know, authentic commentary on the stuff that I see and how I feel about it. I'm able to talk about my imperfections. You know, I have imperfect thoughts, but I'm also able to recognize when I grow. And you know, this season 6, we 6 years in, so I know that you guys have seen growth, you know, from the time that I got started to now. And one of the things I'm going to tell y'all about, so last week when I was talking about our vacation, and we've turned into those people. And those people, I feel like I've turned into the advice guy, because that now, like, you remember when you used to be like the youngest person in the area. Like, you used to be the youngest person. And now, like, for me, I'm kind of in the middle, where I'm young enough to understand what these young dudes are going through, and I'm old enough to know what the old cats, the old heads, are talking about. And so, yeah, it was so crazy, right? Like, so we were on vacation. I saw this, like, it was a group of young people that were having a conversation. And I told my wife, I was like, hey, baby, I'm about to go be a part of this conversation. I don't know why. I was on vacation. I ain't have anything else better to do other than just kind of intrude on their conversation and see what they had going on. Turns out, like, I had been drinking like hell. Like, I was throwing them back. Had my mama Juanas. I was drinking Johnny Walker Black straight, trying to get that little, trying to just get a little buzz or whatever. We was sitting there watching the karaoke, and when the karaoke got done, I was like, all right, here we go. We got action. Let's go. They all went to the bar, and the one guy, he was like, shots on me. Well, I think we already paid for this, buddy. Like, this is an all-inclusive joint. Like, ain't nobody paying for these. Unless you tipping for everybody, then okay. And so as the night went on, I could tell his level of inebriation was going, I'm talking about through the roof. It was going through the roof, but it was an entertaining conversation. We were having a conversation about basketball, and basketball is my thing. I study hoop. I study basketball. I watch basketball different from a lot of people that just the casual fan. Like, I'm one of those people, I can go to a game, and if nothing, like, there's people that cheer for every basket. I'm not that guy. I sit there and watch a game. I watch the game. I'm trying to figure out what I would have done different to get open. And so, he was sitting there and he was like loud. I'm talking about we all drink. He ordering lemon drop shots. He loud. I'm loud, but I'm not that loud. Like, I'm my regular self loud. And Buddy's like, you don't even know basketball. Ah. When people, so you got the types of people, like when they get past their point. And so you get the loud person where they stop hearing, so they get extra loud. You also have a person that wants to fight. You got the fighter. It just depends on what you're drinking on. You also have the person that has to be real close to you and get real emotional and tell you how they feel and whatnot. And dude was 2 out of the 3. Like, he didn't want to fight me, but I felt like there was small moments of aggression because he was smaller than me. He was smaller than me, so I didn't know, but I was like, he cool, man. He ain't gonna do nothing. We all on vacation, man. We straight. But there was a couple times where he was louder than I was than I was accustomed to, and so I was trying to figure out what he was drinking that had him so toe down, because I wanted some. Like, I'm talking about, I drink. If you drink, your limits. At least you should. Like, this is not back like in the college days when you pregame for the pregame, and we was drinking horrible liquors like Heavenly Hill. Like, I don't. It's only like 2 good vodkas, and after that, it's like everything else can start cars and jets with. Like, and that's what we were drinking in school, like the Burnett's. He was drinking that Burnett's. He was on that real heavy. We was balling out if you had some Absolute. But back in the day, like, if you drank brown, you was an old dude. Yeah, old dude. But Buddy was all loud and close, and we got to the point, like I said, he was cool, and we stopped talking about basketball, and somehow relationships came up. And I wasn't toe down. I was a little tipsy, but not toe down. I feel like Buddy was gonna have a headache the next day. Like, he was gonna have one of those things where I could see it in his, if it was a little worse, yeah, he was either gonna have a massive hangover, he was gonna completely black out, there was gonna be some kind of wild video, or he's probably gonna make a baby. And that's usually what what happens when folks get way too wasted. And so, like I said, relationships came up. My wife is talking to his lady, and they were going through their thing or whatever, and I was just like, man, I want to help this dude because I don't like to see people unhappy. I want people to, enjoy yourself, as Rick James would say. And so then I start like tipsy. The best thing about tipsy relationship advice is you don't necessarily have to be held accountable for it, because you could just say, hey, I was drinking. We was all drinking. So, I mean, how would you listen to me if I was drinking, you was drinking? Why would you listen to me in that situation? But I feel like I gave some really, really good tipsy relationship advice. I've always been one of those guys that when I drink, I remember everything. I was the guy back in college that we would all be drinking, and the guys would give me, along with the phone numbers that I would get, they would give me phone numbers to remember. But they all had like a 1 or 2 person limit because I still had to remember my phone number, the phone numbers that I was getting. See, my game back in the day, hey, tell me your phone number. I'm not going to write it down. But if I want to call you, I'll remember it. Boom. That was a winner right there. That was a winner. You know what that led to. Yeah. But so the advice I hit him with, I was just like, yo, man, so y'all been rocking pretty strong, huh? I was like, yeah, man, I care about her, man, but I messed up, but I really care about her. I was like, well, man, that's all right. But listen. You obviously have some questions if you out here still messing up. So, bro, whatever you don't like about her now, it's going to be worse the longer y'all be together if you can't figure out how to communicate it. I'm just saying, like, you have to be able to tell her the stuff that you don't like. Now, you don't have to be like, not reckless with it, but gotta have a little tact. But if you don't, and if you seeing something that you didn't like in the beginning, and y'all still in the dating stage, if you don't say nothing about it, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse the further you go. Trust me. Trust me. Also, one of the things he was like, yeah, man, he said that she didn't trust him. I know what that means. Like, and I also understand that some people just have trust issues based on their past. Some people just have trust issues. I get it. You've been cheated on 132 times. Yeah, you can have trust issues. You probably should be by yourself, though. Try to figure out what it is that's keep getting you cheated on. Yeah. But also, I told him, I was like, you know what? Hey, bro, can you give her your phone password? He didn't want to do that. Oh, he said, what? Yeah, can you give her your phone password? Give her the phone code. Nah, Jay, man. Nah. No. Nah, I can't do that. I was just like, listen, fam. Understand this. If she doesn't have a reason to use it, she won't. But if she does, it's your fault. I'm talking about a valid reason to use it. Because anybody can find anything in somebody else's phone and make it be something more. It could be a selfie. Right, who you taking this selfie for? Because you didn't send it to me. Why are you making that face? You licking your lips? Yeah, girl. Like every picture I see of you, your lips ashy, and now you got this one where you all moisturized. What's the problem? What you doing? So people can make something out of anything. You sure enough got a lot of dudes in your phone, Harold. Okay, yeah, it can be anything. You can find anything in anybody's phone. I don't care. Why are you following this person? It could be anything. I know that my wife got some Ghost of Christmas Past on her Facebook, in her Facebook friends list. Not threatened. Not threatened. But I also said, listen, bro, if you're not out here being reckless and she's still using your code to check your phone, she'll never trust you. And in that case, break up, fam. Yeah, you gotta cut that. You gotta cut that on off. Cut that on off, man. Save yourself the headache. Save yourself, because you'll never be able to do enough. She's been cheated on 132 times. You might as well just make her right and be 133. I'm just saying. Tell her you on your way to go do it. That way she's not gonna be surprised when it happens. Yeah, I know y'all looking at me like, oh, what's wrong with Jay? I'm just saying. Like, hey, let her know. And then go ahead and jump ship. And the last one I told him, I think it might have been too late. But I was like, at some point, if y'all plan on getting married, you might have to share that bank account. No. My money? Your money. My money? No. Well, listen. I tell you this. If you don't plan on sharing your money with this lady, don't raw dog. Do not raw dog. That bank account is on the line as soon as you start raw dogging. Trust me. It's on the line. It's on the line. You want to know? Hey. All right. As soon as you start raw dogging. Cha-ching. It's on the line. It is on the line. I'm trying to tell you. Believe me when I tell you. If you don't want to be on the line, then you need to keep that. You need to keep that distance between you and her wolf. Even if it's in the form of a small, a thin layer of latex or rubber, that's gonna be your distance between her and in your bread in that kind of way. And it's crazy like having that conversation with him, because he was just like, man, like I never thought about that type of stuff, man. That's crazy. And he was a younger guy. But then I left. We were walking back, and I was like, oh, baby, did we turn into those people? Like, are we the advice person? Are we the people that walk around just giving out random ass advice? Even if it's good, it's still just we those people? Damn. Damn. Speaking of this, that being that person and giving out advice. I know y'all probably have seen the Deion Sanders interview with I don't know the guy's name. but I'm gonna play it for you real quick for the people that's on radio or listening to the podcast. You'll just be able to hear it, but it's only about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and get that queued up.
It's Jackson State head football coach, Coach Prime. Coach, how you feeling today?
No, straight up.
I always ask how you feeling.
You was not talking like that just 2 minutes ago. Can you do the interview? Can you come in like you normally sound?
I just want to be clear and concise.
And professional?
Yes, sir.
So being you is not professional?
Well, I mean, I can't say, it was up, Co. I can't do that.
I ain't asked you to do that. I just want you to be you.
Okay, yes, sir. All right, let me start over.
Right.
All right. Joining me is Jackson State coach, Coach Prime. Is that the same?
Dog, it's the same. Like, just be you. Just try your best to be you.
Okay. All right. I thought I was doing that. But anyway, I want to just ask you, you feeling okay?
See, like, if I say, man, what's up, Rob J? That's me. What's up, Rob J? You know the difference? Did you see the difference? Uh-huh. That's what you do. And I don't know who you trying to please out there, but I just want you to try your best to be you.
Okay. All right. How you feeling today?
Much better. I feel good.
Oh, it's Jackson State hit.
Yo, and so, you know what? When I first watched it, I felt bad for the guy that was interviewing, but I also understood where Deion was coming from. And one of the things, so if it's somebody for anybody that I look at, that I talk to on a regular basis, if wherever they see me, they typically get this version of me. They get this version of me, whether I'm talking about raw dogging, wolf, something silly with these kids. They get this version in this tone. Like that, this is like 98% of the time, wherever I am. And so, you know, I'm trying to think like, all right, so one of the things when I first started doing this was I did not want to be one of those people who, if you saw me in the street, you got a different version of me than you got on here. Like, I wasn't going to get on here and be like, welcome to another episode of the 710 to Slickville show. I am your host, Jason Brown. Ha! Thank you guys for tuning in once again. And then when you saw me in the street, I was just like, he was like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mr. 710? Hey, what's going on, bro? Like, who was this dude? But I realized for me, I don't have to be on in that way. Like, I can just be regular all the time. I don't necessarily have to be on. And so when the guy that was the interviewer, you know, he would turn it on. Hello, Coach Prime. Hello, Coach Sanders. And if you just got done talking to, you know, Deion Sanders, like, yo, what up, man? How you doing, man? You know, it's good to see you. All right, rolling 3, 2, 1. Hello, this is AJ Johnson with JSU Sports. What just happened? What? Can I get this cool dude back that I was just talking to? Because I don't know this person. You know, but I still I feel bad. I felt bad for the guy because yes, he has a job. And for a lot of people in their jobs, if they're on the phone, They have that phone voice. The phone voice is way different at work than it is talking to your girls or talking to your guys. Your vocabulary is a little different at work than talking to your guys or talking to your girls. And so I get it. I get it because it is his job to convey ideas and to a wide variety of people, not just the people that might have been listening for or at Jackson State, not just for, and not just for the students, but for the alumni. So you're talking to a wide range of people, and you got to be able to convey said ideas to a wide range of people, age, demographic, income levels, like all of it. You're talking to all of these people. And Prime wasn't having that. He was like, look, listen, bruh, you're going to talk to me because this is how I talk. And Prime has been one of those people that he's been so comfortable in his skin being who he is that there's never been a need for a switch up. And so I'm almost willing to guarantee that whenever he walks into somebody's living room, some kid's living room or some parent's living room on a recruiting trip, and he's like, listen, I am Deion Sanders, and I want your boy to come play for me. I want him to come play for me. This is prime time. This is probably him all the time. All the time. And so for him to have that persona, and he has that persona all the time because that's who he is, and to have that expectation for somebody else to do the same because he can do it at his job, it does not necessarily mean that that guy can do it at his job and still keep said job. Not that he wouldn't do a bad job talking in the tone or the voice that he's been used to talking to, outside, off camera. But off camera, you talking to a small group. On camera, on stage, you talking to a wide variety. Like when you get in front of that microphone, you never know who's listening. So you got to make sure that however it is that he decided to present himself, even if it's for that interview or something that he's planning on doing, that's once he graduates from that position. He might be in that position forever, but he might graduate from that position to a bigger network. And there are certain personalities that they look for. And so you think about how much it's changed from, and when I first heard this conversation, I was listening to it on like NBA radio, and they were talking about this, and which kind of gave me the idea to talk about it as well. They brought up the ESPN anchors, and back in the day, back when I was in school, the ESPN anchors, they read the highlights as they were. Barry Bonds hits another home run. They puts the Giants up 2-1. They go on to win the game. And then you have Stuart Scott, when Shaq dunked on somebody and he was like, boom, shakalaka. There was probably an old white person like, hey, Carol, what's a boom shakalaka? Like, I'm sure that happened. Like, they don't. And so, but that's who Stuart Scott was. He pioneered in a whole lane for people to be excited and be who they were and hit you with these catchphrases as long as it was still safe. It was still safe. Like, you think about Snoop. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is one of those people who I believe he is who he is everywhere, all the time. He commentated that boxing match one time, and he became a national treasure because he was his self. They was like, can we get Snoop to do this all the time? Because he was his self. He was his authentic self. I get it. Like I said, I try to be listen, I think about, you try to think about, hey, if there's a time, what situations would it not be appropriate for me to be how I am 90% of the time, 95% of the time, 98% of the time? This is me. I don't care where I am. This version of me, I'm comfortable with it. I enjoy it because it allows me the freedom to say and do the things that I would like to do and say. And I'm never way too reckless with it, but at the same time, I wouldn't say raw dog at church. Not together. But if I'm at church and Sister Crenshaw catches the Holy Ghost and she falls down, her dress comes up, I would be like, hey, can we get one of these little blankets over here? Because Sister Crenshaw's wolf is showing. We got to cover her wolf up. That might happen. That could happen. I'm not like, I can say wolf in church. Hey, Sister Crenshaw's wolf is, can we cover that up? I think it'll be all right. Remix. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think anybody would necessarily be offended. They might laugh, depending on if it was a werewolf. Oh my gosh. Do y'all feel like Deion was wrong for pressing him in that way? I don't, it's an interesting conversation. It's an interesting conversation to have. I don't really code switch on the phone. There's the only time I change a little bit is when I get pulled over by the police. And that's only because I want to live. Hi, I'm sorry, officer. What did they do? Like, but I hate the feeling that I have anytime I feel like I got to do that, because I want to live. I want to get home. And to feel like you gotta, I gotta take some of this bass out of my voice. I can't be too excited because fam might be scared. But his code switch goes up a notch, while mine feels like I gotta come down. And so he might come to my car with, I gotta turn it up a little bit. Put your hands on the car. Put your hands on the wheel. What you doing? Where you going? Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I have no idea why you pulled me over. Come on, man. In certain professional settings, like I feel like when I would go to the doctor, I felt like I was fairly professional in their setting because they had a need to be professional. And then I had to, like, one of my last visits, I was like, my doctor, he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's a little nerdy, but he's a cool guy. And I must have fired off about 3 or 4 cuss words. And before I knew it, I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, man. My bad. And he was like, oh, no, it's okay. But I know he talked like that when he's not at work. But I was just, I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I'm comfortable enough to just go ahead and be myself and let people deal with it however it is that they choose to deal with it. Now he was like, if he was like, "Hey Jason, can you please not use that language in here because the walls are fairly thin." Cool. I'm not trying to be offensive in that way. I got you. But I dropped one off like I was like, man, I think I was doing something and I got up and my knee was hurt. I was like, shit. he was like, oh. Yeah, I'm talking about I had just dropped two of them off back to back. It wasn't nothing big, but it was big. It was good enough. It was good enough. That's when I thought about it, I was like, oh, hey, my bad, Doc. My bad, Doc. I'm just sitting up here dropping them off. And so, do you guys, in what situations do you code switch? Is it primarily at work? Is it around family you a certain way, and then when you're around your friends, you're a different person? I wonder about that. There's gonna be a lot of switching going on. Next week. Next week being Halloween. Halloween coming up. Everybody got to go ahead and get their stuff together. Listen, good people. Y'all got like 2 days to get costumes, fam. Y'all got 2 days to go get costume. Otherwise, if it's you that you're getting a costume for, or your kid that you're getting a costume for, if you wait till Wednesday or Thursday, or even this weekend, that costume is going to be a failure. They're going to get talked about. You're going to have them kids out there with a mask and regular clothes. You're going to have to make one. I don't like it. And you know what? This is part of the problem. I just thought about something. Why costumes are so scarce now. This is because adults have taken over Halloween. So, some of these ladies take these opportunities to take part in some thottish activities. And so they'll go get some kid costumes and squeeze they grown-up selves in there. Now they out here looking all kind of trying to go get some candy, trying to go get them a king size Snicker. I'm just saying, like, I know, I feel like every year on social media, every year in the news, there's some bad decision costumes. And my wife showed me some post by Neil Brennan. I don't know when he put it up, but it had to, I'm paraphrasing now. It was like, there's a white person somewhere planning a Halloween party that's going to ruin somebody's life forever. And if y'all don't know who Neil Brennan is, Neil Brennan, he was one of the writers for the Chappelle Show. But listen, people, I'm speaking to a particular demographic when I say this, but other demographics, please take heed to these words. I don't care how funny you think it is. There is no good blackface costume. It's going to be a bad idea. As soon as you think about it, it's a horrible idea. I don't care if you go in blackface as somebody that black people don't even like. It's going to be a bad idea, fam. They coming to get you. You don't want no cameras around in that situation, but it's always cameras around. There's always cameras around. Ain't nobody gonna talk about this costume until you get ready to do something important. And then it's gonna come up. So listen, don't even do it. Don't even do it. I just want to let you know. Just don't do it. Trust me. Believe me. Don't do it. Damn. You hate that you even got. I hate that I even got to say something about that level of costume. Don't do it. And so people make bad decisions with costumes all the time. There's costumes that I don't like. And then there's some that's pretty creative. But the top worst costumes. I forget this comedian's name, but he had me laughing in the worst of ways. Gosh, I wish I could remember this man's name so I can give him some credit. But this dude said, hey, one of my worst Halloweens, my mama gave me a silver shirt and some black pants and sent me out there to go trick-or-treating. And somebody came up to me and asked me what I was for Halloween. And she was like, he a butcher knife. And I'm talking about, I died. Because I could just imagine a kid with a silver shirt and some black pants. Somebody, he was a butcher knife. And he was a little heavy. He was a little top heavy too. He had a gut. So it made total sense to me. I don't remember the last time I laughed that hard. If I think of his name or if I see his picture, I'm definitely gonna have to give him some credit for that, because that's still, like, even after the show, I had to tell him, that shit was hilarious. But back to the worst costumes. Listen, don't send your kid out as a ghost. That costume is lazy. But if you do, send them out in a one-piece ghost costume, or go ahead and put some food coloring on that sheet and make him a Pac-Man ghost. You send somebody out with a white ghost and it's a two-piece situation, they're going to look like they junior Klansmen. That is not the intent. They got a white hood and a white gown. That is not a ghost. That is a junior Klansman. Don't do that. Please. Also, putting a cape on regular clothes, whether it's a towel or a sheet, on somebody that got some regular clothes on, is a horrible idea. Just because they got a cape, even if you throw a mask on them, that does not make them a superhero. You have let some little snotty nosed kid come up to my door with some regular clothes on and a cape. I was like, "What are you, kid? Who are you, kid? Booger man?" Like, dude, I can't even give him real candy. There's a part of me now, I'm gonna have a good costume candy bowl and a bad costume candy bowl. And in a good costume candy bowl, you get the good candy. You get the Smarties, you get the Twix, you get the Snickers, you get the big Reese's cups, Skittles, Nerds. You get the candy that people can really identify with. And in that bad costume bucket, you're gonna get those circus, your orange peanuts. You're gonna get you might get some Jolly Ranchers, which those are disgusting, but I want them to get stuck to your teeth. I'm talking about, you're gonna get all the worst candy. You're gonna get those little orange and black joints that don't even have a name. I'm gonna give you some of those. I'm telling you, you're never gonna want to come back. Give you a pack of crackers. You're gonna get fruit. and just give you some raw grapes. Just put them right down in your bucket. Hey, I'm sorry. I need some creativity in my life. Also, this is the last one because I don't want to spend too much time on horrible costumes. But if you send your kid to my door with a regular school uniform on, talking about they're a student, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to be like, that's smart. That's smart. But you ain't going to get no candy. I ain't going to give you no candy. I'm going to give you a couple pencils to go with your uniform to accessorize. You need some pencils. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm sorry. I ain't got it for you. That's a good uniform, though. I'm a student. I dressed up as a nerd. I was let me see some of my one of my best costumes was my first costume when I was over in South Korea, where I had them shorts pulled all the way up. I had them long socks on. I ain't had them socks pulled up, had them shorts pulled all the way up. The boy Johnson was hanging down on one side. It was all kind of inappropriate. But people like the costume though. They like the costume. Speaking of South Korea, you know, I've been welcome Harley. Go ahead and see. Go have a seat. Speaking of South Korea, one of the things, you know, I've been hitting y'all with a series of Korea stories. And so one of the things that I got to thinking about was it's been this chronological storytelling that I've been hitting y'all with. And I've been reading this book, and it talks a lot about distractions, and most of it being centered around your phone. And when I first got to Korea, I had a phone. I had a phone when I left the States. And when I got to Korea, that phone was nothing but something that held pictures. But when you get so used to hearing your phone ding and you get so used to notifications, and when you finally don't, like when I got over there, you know, day one, all right, just hanging out, looking out the window, seeing what was going on. Let me get out and explore. I took my phone with me. I was taking pictures. I was looking down at it, and nothing was happening. I was like, shoot, well, I ain't got no service out here. Cool. And like 3 days in, it was dope to me. Like I went through a little withdrawal period where there were no notifications. Like I almost wanted to check my ringtone. I was checking my ringtone. Like I wanted to change my ringtone just so I could hear my phone ding, beep, or do something. But like, yeah, it was like 3 weeks. I went 3 weeks with no phone. No phone. And it was lovely. It was lovely because, like, for me, it was one of those situations where I could be where I'm at and not have anybody like I'm gone until I'm not. I'm gone until I'm not. I'm not at home. I'm out. And I could just enjoy where I was at, who I was with, and what I was doing. Phone freedom is something that a lot of us would not know how to deal with. Somebody, you lose your phone, you turn into a crackhead immediately, like, oh baby, I ain't got my phone, baby. Like, I gotta get there. Yeah, I gotta get my. Come on, baby. Let me just see your phone, baby. God damn, man. Let me just get a notification in. Like, oh, just do something for me. You start finding old phones. You start dig up some old phones and connect to the Wi-Fi. go ahead and turn this on for me, baby. I'm missing some phone calls, baby. Come through for your boy one time. God, I gotta give me another one. Folks not having a phone put them in a bad situation. They don't even have anything to do. The crazy part is they don't have anything to do with the thought of having to buy another one. It's I don't have this one with me right now. Like, you ever left your house and didn't have a phone? Oh God, I need to go back home and get my phone. I'm out here butt naked. People be out here legit feeling butt naked without that phone. The time I told somebody I didn't have a phone for 3 weeks, they was like,
how? Hold on, bro. How you, I'm saying, how, like, just talk to me, bro.
Like, legit. Legit. Had no idea how I was able to go that long without a phone. I'm telling you, it was lovely. It was lovely. Like, some people can purge a little bit from social media. They take their times off of social media to clear their mind and to clear those thoughts. I didn't have a phone at all. And so one of the dopest things that allowed me to do was, when I left, I was gone. I got a chance to walk around the city, and I did my share of walking. I walked, I walked, and I saw some more. The crazy part was, and the best thing about having the phone was, I was taking pictures of everything. I was taking pictures of everything. I told y'all about the chicken coop that was in the back of the chicken spot. Like, even when I went, I call myself going to get I was like, oh, it's a pizza spot. I was like, let me sit down here. I went a whole lot of places by myself. Let me get a sausage pizza. That'll be dope. Get this sausage pizza. And I sat there and I waited. I was like, ooh, Italian sausage pizza. I finally found one. Man, they brought out the pizza that they brought out was, if you can think about some Italian sausage that you would buy in a store that cooked, and if you cut it the long way and slapped it on a pizza, that, my friends, is what they brought out to me. They brought out some real sausage. And slapped it on my pizza. And the level of disappointment that I had when they brought that and they set that pizza down, I was like, wait. That's not right. That's not right. Why? I thought that I was getting a little the regular pizza, the regular sausage pizza. Not this. That was the pizza that they brought out. That one. Come on, man. Like, is this what we doing? I'm getting all excited for the pizza, and then I end up with a whole It's so disappointing. But look, good people, I appreciate y'all spending y'all Monday night with me so far. If you are not following the 710 Slickville show Instagram page, go ahead and follow me on that. Listen, on the print shop, the 710 print shop, we got a whole lot of new stuff dropping. Go ahead and follow that page. Order your stuff right now. It's getting busy, and I don't want you to be late. Christmas is around the corner. And if you're not already following J.H. Brown, the Realtor, if you're looking to buy, sell, and invest, go ahead and follow me on that as well. Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to where you listen to the podcast. We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, y'all be safe out in these streets.